Hello everyone, this is Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are, today is the day that legendary Ninian has been released, and with that banner comes our chance to plus 10 Mila. We have her at plus 8 here, all we need to do is pull 2 of her forehead. We actually do have quite a few orbs to go around. We haven't done any of the maps here yet. Haven't even looked at the map yet. We have some main story quests there. We have chain challenges on lunatic difficulty. We have quests for orbs. We are quite behind on a lot of things, so there are some orbs here. Of course, we haven't done resonant battles this week like usual, so we actually have over 800, which statistically speaking gives us a pretty solid shot to pick up 2. My expectation is we'll use probably about 500, maybe 400, even less if we're Luxac, but the goal is, of course, Mila, and we do have pretty decent shared focus. We have Ascended Florina. As a unit, she's fine. The main thing is that she's an Ascended unit we don't have, so if we pull her along the way, we get another Ascended another Floret, whatever you call it. So that's cool. And then we have, I actually have no idea how to pronounce her name. I'm just gonna call her, it's definitely not Tyne. It's like Tin? It's not Tin either. I don't know what I'm going to call her during the summoning session, but fodder not so much. Maybe, I guess, Fearing will fall up. That's basically just as Billet, but with more fodder. I don't know. So we're gonna be, of course, summoning colorless with top priority. After that, we'll go for blue, then red, then actually green last. There's not really much for us to get out of green except maybe one copy of Legendary Ninian for the heck of it. He's definitely a pretty solid legendary hero. But for the memes, we shouldn't be doing this, especially with this circle. We're gonna summon the whole circle for the memes. Not a good use of orbs, but half the time when we're not really budgeting orbs that hard, we do this. And I don't expect to get anything here. This is, again, purely for the heck of it. The first smart we would immediately back out. One, that saves us 15 orbs, and 2, we're realistically not going to get too much that is of value here. We might get something out of blue that we would like. Maybe we get something out of red that we'd like, but realistically, probably not getting anything here. I also cleared out exactly 120 barracks slots, so it is possible we might have to cut the video for some barracks management if the summoning takes way too many orbs. Then that's the thing. But once we get Mila to plus 10, we will have officially plus 10 3 light mythics, which is pretty insane for free to play. We do get legendary female pilot. That's cool, I guess. It's better than not getting anything here, and it is our first copy. Who wants to bet minus attack? We'll go ahead and summon red here. But great start so far. What could possibly go wrong? But anyways, going back to the 3 plus 10 light mythics, that means whenever we have air, peony, or Mila bonus, we can get whale levels of scoring plus 220 offense. The dream. Scoring is actually a reality. Now we actually got plus attack. That's nice. And minus defense, I mean, could be better, but I guess there's no really good bane for her. So here we go. Starting out one colorless here, not great. We'll see how the summoning session goes on how we want to close it out. Usually, sometimes we like to close it out by just summoning the rest of the circle for the heck of it. We are trying to stockpile orbs to plus 10 duochrome on his return next year, which is coming pretty soon. And we don't have that many orbs to start here. So if we get 2 Milas quick here, that's amazing to help out our odds later next year. But we'll see how well Duo Crom ages by then. Funny enough, I haven't actually ever properly read Duo Crom's weapon Destiny's Bow until a couple of weeks ago. So I had absolutely no idea that the effect where his the special cooldown acceleration effect that he gets from an assist being used actually only works for turns 1 through 4, and it only works once per turn. I thought there was no conditions like that on it, so definitely puts my evaluation on Duo Crom's long-term viability at a much lower level than I originally thought. I still think it's worth it though, until we eventually find a duo hero that we actually care more for. We got super unlucky on the original summoning on Hero Fest when he was double special heroes when he was sharing with Ninja Shinon. We ended up getting quite a few more Ninja Shinons than we were bargaining for. Only got one duo Crom, he's minus attack, so that's unfortunate. What can you do about it? Nothing, because we're not whaling. What color are we going for next? I think it was blue, because all the units there are pretty useful for us. We got our first legendary female Byleth, so that's a win already. Not that we're really going to use her anywhere, except probably Arena Assault. She can definitely be useful in Arena Assault for no follow-up and special shenanigans. Of course not, we can use the merges. Fallen Ninian is just cool to have, I guess. Long term, if we ever do want to fodder for Beetle Infantry 4, we're closer to doing it. We are red, we've already plus 10 legendary Lilina. The other two shared focus would be nice to pick up. Regan for more merges, and Fallen Lilith because we don't have the Fallen Fish yet. And she can be pretty fun with her no follow-up ally support shenanigans. And of course her mobility with the ally support shenanigans, so wouldn't be terrible. But again, that's not our priority. That's just if we don't see any Colossaurs, which has already happened more times than I would like. What can you do? Summoning and with that. I will definitely be concerned if we don't see a Mila after 200 orbs in. That would definitely be a bit concerning. It's not infeasible for it to happen, but it's definitely feasible, which is not what you like to see. So far though, I've already picked up one focus 5-star, one 4-star special focus, and Fallen Female Corn. Pretty much I use this fodder now. That's actually I actually completely forgot. She has attack speed solo 3, which is a fantastic pre-fodder for picking up attack speed solo 4 on our Ninja Shinon stack and whatever else we want from him. It's like I foddered one to Legendary Alm. I didn't even inherit Deadeye because I was like, given Legendary Alm with Lunar Flash, Deadeye is probably not worth it, especially since a lot of Legendary Alm's damage is damage that doesn't scale with Deadeye, so it doesn't make sense to run Deadeye. But yeah, and like usual, we probably will not summon Full Circle even if we pull a 5-star focus here. Like in this case, we pick up a Scented Florina, so cool. We get another Floret that brings us up to 3, which is nice. Still have no idea who to put it on. Should probably just slap one on Legendary Nana and call it a day, because I keep debating on it. Completely neutral, that's fine. Not what I wanted to do there. Definitely better than minus attack or minus speed. Of course, it's probably not as great as plus attack or plus speed, but again, mostly for the Floret. That's the real value here. And we can always, of course, ascend her trait. Probably going to go for, I don't know, actually, maybe speed, maybe attack. I'll have to see. That's something to worry about later. But at the end of the day, plus 10 Mila stat-wise, not really gonna do too much. You will have plus 1 to every other stat except HP, I believe, which is cool, I suppose. Doesn't really help her isolate more units in Ether Raid's offense because unfortunately, well, I'm actually gonna go green here just because it's the only one, even though we said like priority first over green. Because from the perspective of trying to isolate units like Dancer Eldigan or Dancer Berkut, their defense stats, especially with something like Chill Defense on the enemy team, Mila's missing those isolation hits with Mila's turn wheel by incredibly large margins. So, plus 1 defense, not really gonna do a lot, unfortunately. It'll help her tank more units for sure, that'll be helpful, but that's about it. The other side utility of having Mila at plus 10 is it does help us score a bit better in Mjolnir strike. Well, that really doesn't matter. Because the only season we're struggling in right now is Astra season. For tier 21, we are now consistently not able to stay in tier 21 Astra Major at this point. I believe the current cutoff is now 864, which is 4 points higher than we currently score. So yeah, it's definitely slipping away from us quite a bit. That'll change once we actually go to plus 10 in Astra Mythic, which I'm not actually sold on who to plus 10 yet. I don't know. Elamine seems to be, of course, a decent pick, but in terms of actual scoring, long-term, because of course she's a healer. Healer Coliseum mode scoring definitely takes a huge hit. So that'll be something we'll have to think about in the future. But for now, the huge perk of having Mila at plus 10 besides Ether Raid's purposes is the fact that now I can use her as a score bot in arena modes when it's late season, like cough this season, with no E bonus. Right now I'm using one of my old school armor bots with like 170 BST or equivalent in Valbar, because for him we're just running his refined weapon of the Playing Spear with super basic investment for arena scoring. So we don't have any 400 SP assists or 300 SPC skills or B skills, no, that's the thing. So they score pretty horribly, and Mila doesn't score much better, but it is better, so that's a win. And in terms of arena right now, I'm currently trying my water season, or even though it is earth season right now, which would be better for scoring. Just because we have Noe water bust already, it's not like huge hassle to switch her to Earth Blessing. I just wanted to see what would happen if I used, it turns out to be an all blue team, because we have Legendary Azura and Legendary Karam for our water legendaries. And then we have our Noe bonus, and then we have our score bot, Peony. So double dancers that don't do well in combat, and Legendary Crom, who host a ton of new units recently, either getting refines or a bunch of more competent green units. We definitely struggle against picking up kills against green units now with that team, so it's been a struggle. Noe definitely fantastic at being unable to double, still getting doubled by units even though I'm running attack speed form, with Peony buffing a Flower of Joy and his legendaries are for effectively speed tactic, I guess you can call it. Yeah, she's still too slow. So fantastic. Not great. What can you do? And of course her attack stat's terrible. Her bulk, she's been getting one-shot by units on occasion because of course we're running attack speed form. Not something from buffing her bulk. Even though she has bonus stats, keep that in mind, so. Noe out of 10, am I right? So I feel like even if I transition to the Legendary Julia, Legendary Nana thing, core, we'll still have problems to get the bonus kill, and that's really going to be the problem in Arena this week. Our scoring is fine, we're abusing blessings, we have a plus 10 bonus unit with some SP investment built in. Like, it's gonna be fine to score, it's just picking up those bonus kills. If we get terrible matchups, that's gonna hurt. For sure. Here's a nice circle. Even though it is 9.5%, we do pick up a 5-star. We're pretty much gonna summon the whole circle anyways, so might as well pick up the red, Sun-Cross Fallacy. And we do pick up a 5-star, and I'm just gonna color it 10, even though it's completely, great 99% sure that's completely incorrect. Is it like Team Time? There's so many ways you could feasibly, reasonably pronounce her name, and ooh, that's actually cool that we get a Silk here. Probably not gonna fodder her off. We're actually probably just gonna merge, because at this stage of the game, Melancholy Plus is still broken as heck for resetting special cooldown. The main thing is our current Silk is minus defense, which does not help her bulk out at all. When we do use her in modes like Roker Sieges, it definitely does come into play because I believe it is a Super Bane. Could be wrong on that, but even if it isn't, minus 3 defense does hurt when her defense stat already is not through the roof amazing. So that's a cool pickup. Doesn't hurt us in any way here because we've already broken our pity rate with picking up the other of the 3 colorless focus units so far. We haven't pulled Mila yet. Already pulled the other 2. What could possibly go wrong? We're just gonna casually keep pulling everyone but Mila. That's going to suck. But for 3 orbs, we get ourselves an Eloid. Totally not worth it, but we did it for the means. And in the off chance we hyper Luxac, we could have gotten someone off of red focus. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Maybe it's fortunately, we don't know how summoning works in this game, if it's all hyper seeded or something. To some degree, it's probably quote-unquote seeded because if they're using some sort of random number generator, technically speaking, if you if you go long enough, it's no longer random, but the point is it's effectively random because a lot of those cycles are so large that you're never going to roll around in the time that we're going to be summoning here, especially. So far for our 5-star count, it's fantastic. We're about 160, 170 orbs in or something, and we already have 3 focus 5-stars, which, wait, is it 3? Yeah, it's 3, and now it's 4. Alright. Or from -1 female, legendary female battle, like I like to meme about. Plus speed, that's great. Now we have both plus attack and plus speed. Now we can't choose 10 out of 10. We could totally just waste our Floret on giving her the opposite trait to us. I don't know, we're not doing that. They're too rare of an item to use on a legendary hero. We're not even planning to plus 10. Oh hey, look, we can spark for a Mila using the Fey Pest that we totally have, Kappa. That's a recurring theme every time. Alright, this time we'll go for red. Even if bottom right green would have been legendary Ninian, so be it. Legendary Ninian is basically a more combat-oriented unit, I guess. I guess you get loot here. Interesting. But Legendary Ninian, definitely a curious unit in terms of support. Is her actual support with her debuffing shenanigans is definitely interesting. I didn't check his IVs, whoops. Not that it really matters, we're just gonna merge. If we pull a 5-star here, we are not pulling the rest of the circle, even though it is full red. Instead we get a Limpert. But we are currently, if you haven't noticed already, quite scatterbrained. So going back to the for the mono blue arena experience, it's much more difficult now. Units like Brave Edelgard, who got their refines. Yeah, we're just gonna get memed on by the game, I guess. No Mila's for a while. Feels bad. At least we have some fodder, I guess, because we're not merging her up. What's the point? We're not gonna plus 10 her here in the session. If we do with the amount of orbs we have, something's gone terribly wrong. Let's put it that way. That... I was saying it as a joke. Okay, let's not make it actually happen. That would be better than 0.1 percentile, I'm pretty sure, if we do that. Our 5-star rates are through the roof now. Oh gosh. Oh no. Watch this speed. Another one for absolutely no reason. Okay, good, it's side there. That would have been something else. But Brave Edelgard, going back to the arena experience, her refine definitely is makes it much harder for Legendary Chrom to beat, because now he actually has to pre-charge Deadeye. This is actually a fantastic circle, but we're not going to full circle it. It's not worth the 3 orbs for the reward. The value we can possibly get out of it is not worth it. Even if it was any 5-star I could choose, there's no actual value out of it right now. Because her refine gives her guard, assuming it's proc, of course. That's the one thing that we've been cheese with. So normally in previous time, Legendary Chrom would consistently survive a counter from Brave Edelgard. He actually still can right now, unless it's max attack, Ruptured Sky on the counter kind of deal, and that's a small problem. But other than that, he's still able to survive, even though she can debuff him by an extra 6 defense. But the problem is the guard. So now, Legendary Chrom cannot double her and proc Deadeye into her 80% damage reduction from Black Eagle roll to nullify and absolutely nuke her out the window. Now he actually has to pre-charge his Deadeye, which is incredibly difficult in some arena matchups, because especially if he's running bar save, and there's no way to manipulate the enemy units to separate from her because of the map. And they're, for example, running calves in a map with trenches. You kind of don't have much of an option with her mobility and flower hot players. So those kind of matches just essentially boil down to an auto L. There's not really much way around it, unless Legendary Chrom can bait one of the units, then we can pre-charge Deadeye and then run business. Yeah, it's definitely much more difficult now. Legendary Chrom Remix is coming around the corner, technically, in a few months, aka quite a few months. I forget when exactly Legendary Julia was released, but I think it's another 6 months at least until Legendary Chrom's Remix, unless they speed it up. So that's unfortunate. Plus speed on Elise is cool, I guess. It doesn't have any real fodder, so of course that's just a merge, which is cool. Don't know if we're gonna be going for changing IVs or anything. I think my current one is plus attack, could be wrong on that. I believe blue is our best odds to not pull a 5-star here. Or we might pull another Legendary Female Violet for absolutely no reason. Instead of carry. But so far, not great on the Mila rates. We are in about 220 orbs, and we still haven't seen one yet. If we get one soon, we're technically within the down average rates, believe it or not. Its legendary banners are absolutely insane. We have specific copies of focus units, which is why, ideally, when you summon for sniping a color on a legendary or mythic hero banner, you wouldn't mind getting large quantities of any of the units that are focused. And for us, yeah, I would say for the most part, 19, 10, I don't know. Her fodder's not fantastic. As a unit herself, not gonna last. So having many copies of her would not really be particularly helpful. But I guess it would give us more Fury 4 no follow-up fodder, which I just can't complain. I don't know about Blue 3, Blue Feud 3 fodder. Definitely has been screwing over Legendary Julia when I've been using her in FIFA raids, but what can you do? What can you do? I actually don't, off the top of my head, I kind of don't remember the significance of Blue Feud. I guess in matchups against Brave Hectors and whatnot, it would help out. I don't know. Stuff like colorless feud tends to have more value because a lot of support units are colorless or carry units are colorless, because to this day, colorless units tend to have a reasonable advantage in general matchups versus any other unit, because of course, for the most part, they don't have to worry about the suggestion triangle. I don't know if we've skipped any colorless so far, because I'm pretty sure we've been summoning blue for a while and we might have been glazing it over, but no, looks like we're just getting blue, which green and red, which is unfortunate. This is not how you get Mila. I'll tell you that. Another fairy. Oh boy. I'm gonna get moderately worried once we get to about 300 orbs, maybe 400 orbs, and we still haven't seen one Mila. Oh boy. I think here we're gonna go bottom right red. Green, I don't think we're trying to pull a pity breaker at this point. We are gunning for Milas, so we probably should be picking orbs that give us the least chance of pulling a different 5-star. Oh boy. But Mila in Arena, I don't know how well she'll do. She comes with Bracing Stance 3, which is nice for the guard. Her actual stats and damage output are pretty garbage though, so I think she's just gonna be there for nurturing breath buffing and sitting around. Maybe some Mila's turn wheel shenanigans, that definitely is viable in Arena, for sure. I don't know how particularly useful that would be. I bet sometimes they'll even screw us over because we can't force in certain situations, because there's nowhere Mila can move turn 1 to not isolate units on some particular maps, but what are you gonna do about it? That's how it rolls sometimes. You can't do anything. That's why, fortunately, we have things like Tactical Retreat in Arena, which definitely helps out. I typically don't have to ever use it. It's typically only for mistaps or goofs when you overlook something that you shouldn't have overlooked. Like that a particular enemy unit doesn't actually have a rally, so they're not gonna rally. We do that way too much. I typically don't look at all skills nowadays, so I tend to assume that they'll have rally plus skills. In reality, they can have other assist skills like Harsh Command Plus, which can definitely be a detriment if there are debuffs floating around. That can really screw over what we're planning. This is a nice circle if we do get a 5-star Pity Breaker, but we're not going to. We're not going to circle at this rate. Mila's not showing up. So that's kind of a small problem. We should probably double check to see if we're summoning on the right banner in capital. We definitely are summoning on the right banner. It's just, where's Mila? Where's Mila? No idea. Pity rate's just going up again. We're actually still within... So far we haven't exceeded 10%, which is my ballpark metric for you're still relatively in average rates before you get a pity break if you're sniping. It's not an accurate metric, it's just a rough metric that we use. So. Hey look, we got Ascended Arena Captain. This is Baseball Arena. But here we are at 10%. Time to get absolutely memed on, probably. Or we could pick up 2 Milas here, call it a day. A success? That would be a success for sure. Odds of that happening? Pretty low. That's definitely not gonna do it. I already have you at plus 10, so I guess advantage? Attack plus whatever I feel like, I guess. I don't know. What to talk about? I don't know. Oh well, here we go again. Feels bad, man. Another Ascended Arena. That's some fodder, I guess. We really want to summon the rest of the circle. We're at 10%, which is typically when we do it. What's the best we could get? Okay, ideally, we'd probably get, I think, a Knot because of Menace. And then, I don't think, maybe Legendary Female Byleth? I don't really know. I don't think it's worth it. We're backing out. We're changing things up this time around. Not full circling as much as we usually do. Except, well, I say that we did the first full circle. We might regret that later. It is actually totally possible for us not to pick up 2 copies of Mila with the amount of orbs we started. Let's just round it up to 800 because we can get over 800 orbs with all the stuff that's lying around. But I believe 99th percentile is somewhere a bit over 1,000 orbs, so technically speaking, it is possible. Let's not do that though. That would be a very nice game. I know we luck sack a lot, but I don't think we want to see 99 plus percentile. Just imagine getting 99.5% percentile. That's probably around 1,500 orbs. It gets pretty darn bad the higher you go, because technically speaking, if you rigged the summoning to some degree, it is possible you could just take 2,000 orbs to pull 2 Milas, which I'm pretty sure no one has ever done before, but I would not be surprised if someone did. It's technically possible. It's just pretty absurd. That's more orbs than it takes for me on it sometimes to plus 10 a unit on these kind of banners from not having them to plus 10. So yeah, that's a lot of orbs to only get 2, not even 2 copies. If you don't get a single copy in 2,000 orbs, I think something's wrong with the game. At that point, I don't know what's going on. I'm definitely concerned we haven't seen the first one yet. It's still not in the worry range yet. We actually still have to keep summoning a bit more to get there. But the fact we're actually approaching it is, of course, a problem. We've already had similar issues going for the last legendary Nana, for example, so this is not nice to see, for sure. Maybe I should be summoning greens, though. It does give us higher odds of breaking our pity rate, but on the other hand, we, again, don't summon. For anyone who's been watching this channel long enough, we don't summon green as much as we probably could be, and I guess should be. There are some 3 and 4 star pool units in green that I would like to have more copies of for fodder purposes, or maybe even for building in the future, but definitely for fodder purposes. Units like Echidna, for example, for drive attack, which is, at this stage of the game, super available. It's just, we don't summon finishes, so we don't actually have that many Echidnas, which is definitely a problem. We want to build support units or pre-inherit joint drive attack in the future from someone, yeah, that's going to be a problem. We're not spending 20,000 feathers or search and format units, I believe, to get drive attack. I'm pretty sure there's other sources of drive attack I forget that are readily available in our barracks, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to worry about not having even seen our first Mila yet, because we are now about 360 orbs in, and still no Mila. We're approaching the 400 mark, which is the, I believe we're around, I said. We should start worrying. We should start worrying quite a considerable amount. And I think at this point we're also we're probably like 2/3 full in barracks, I would say. So about 80 summons in, something like that. A little over 87, so that seems about right. And boy, we're just gonna get meme done today. I think our 5-star rates are definitely declining, but they're still pretty solid. We have 2 legendary female valets, 2 Florinas, 2 that's 6? 5, that's actually kind of bad. Actually, yeah, that's okay. Could be worse. That's actually typically around our average rates-ish. About 50 to 60 orbs 5-star. If you're not sniping, I believe the average is somewhere between 40 to 50. So for the most part, especially when we mass summon, we do lose out on that 5-star value, generally. But since 4-star special focus is a thing, we get a lot of other 5-stars that way, effectively. It just... I don't... Nowadays, now that I'm analyzing our summoning sessions, I don't like to include it. We're just getting legendary female Mila now, which is... I don't know what to think. Because we're not planning the plus 10er, it's Wind Blessing, so that's cool. I guess she does have Ruptured Sky and attack speed ideal 4, so tech and low speed res actually. Her fodder is actually kind of good. Good. I guess the inheriting's kind of weird though, because we can pre-inherit attack speed ideal 3 from someone, so then we can pick up attack speed ideal 4 and low speed res, but if we want to pick up attack speed ideal 4 and Ruptured Sky, we have one extra inherent slot kind of awfully wasted on low speed res 1, for example. So we would have to pre-inherit low speed res 2 from someone else, which for certain units that could be reasonable if their fodder... Other fodder doesn't have much value or has more value than the low speed res, and you want to pre-inherit tier 2 of some other skill. I don't know. All I know is that we haven't gotten Mila yet, and I'm wondering if we're even going to get 1 Mila in this summoning session, because again, it actually is easily within the realm of possibility to not get a single Mila with the number of orbs we have, which is absurd to think about, but fortunately for us, we do have orbs on the way. The end of the month is around the corner. We have, again, orbs lying around that we haven't picked up, so we have some orbs to spare. It's just ideally we wouldn't be burning this many, because I believe on average at this point we actually should have already picked up 2 Milas, and we haven't even picked up 1. Welcome to summoning in 2022. Boy. I'm actually going to be right back. We're gonna see what our barracks count's looking like. Oops, forgot to switch back here. Looks like we have about 30-40 slots left. I actually already forgot. But that's gonna be pretty close to using all of our orbs anyways, so what could possibly go wrong? We're just going to not see Mila, which is unfortunate. That's definitely going to hurt our odds of plus 10ing duochrome, and one of the main reasons for plus 10ing duochrome is having a better score bot in Coliseum modes. That would definitely be helpful. We're still using effectively 170 and 175 DSP score bots, which, let me tell you, I'm very good. In this day and age, where units are effectively scoring 200 DST or even 205 DST, yeah, that's not great. Although, now that the 300 SP B slot is a standard, our old standards of how we effectively rate BST on units technically changes as well. I don't know if people are going to change, because I still see a lot of people using the same conventions, which to some degree, given that 300 SP B skills are still not that common, yeah, that's not an unfair assumption to think that people won't really change until we start getting 300 SP B slots left and right, just how we got A and C slots left and right at 300 SP. Another Adrift Male Corn, definitely a reasonably solid unit, but for us, no follow-up fodder. We have plenty of no follow-up at this point. I just haven't gone around to foddering it off the unit I want to put it on. I don't even think I have it on. I think I have no follow-up. Do I? I don't actually know. Huh, now that I think about it, I think I was planning on doing it, and I was trying to figure out the best way to get the most fodder value out of the no follow-up, and I think I changed my mind and wanted to fodder off a unit with Fury 4 with no follow-up. So I guess we do have that now, technically. Or we could do Defuse 3. Yeah, we're not doing that. That would be something else, but no, we're not doing that. I should probably count how many circles we've seen green orbs, but not colorless. I don't think it's hindsight that we've gotten a more than I would expect. That's actually kind of peculiar. Maybe the games be like, I want to give you legendary Ninian, but you're not summoning green, so we can't do that for you. I'm like, can I just get first Mila, please? This is, of course, the reason why we stockpile this many orbs. Reasonably, I could have brought 400 orbs into this banner and probably expect to come out with 2 Milas. But that's the average, and we're definitely past the average for 1 copy, or even 2 copies quite long ago, so... Again, I believe the average for 1 copy is... Oh boy. The average for 1 copy is, I believe, about 200 orbs, so the fact we're already double our way in, past double our way in, we're at around 450 orbs, still no Mila. That's unfortunate. We're instead just getting all the other focus units, you know, no big deal. Our 5-star rates, focus rates still doing okay though. Can't complain about that. It's just kind of absurd. I don't know what to say. Will we even see 1 Mila in this summoning session? That would be next gen levels of bad luck for us. We have had pretty darn bad streaks in our larger summonings where we bring over 2,000 orbs trying to plus 10 legendary or mythic heroes. We have had instances where it's taken 700-800 orbs to get the next copy of that unit, so I don't think it's out of the ordinary for us if we end up spending like 700 or all of our orbs for 1 copy of Mila to get plus 9 cursed. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do if we burn through all our orbs that we can get by the end of this banner and still don't have one. That would be absolutely ridiculous. That's probably bordering beyond 99th percentile. I could be wrong on that. It's been a while since I've looked at the numbers. I don't want that to happen to the game, so let's start with 1 Mila. You can't get 2 Milas if you don't have 1. Wait, that's the wrong way of saying it. You can't get the second Mila if you haven't gotten the first one yet. Here we go. 470, almost 500 now. Yikes, is all I gotta say. Yikes. And boy. Oh boy. At least we're getting 5 stars. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but... Because would I rather have a massively high pay rate and then end it out with 2 Milas in the same circle? Or would I rather suffer like this, not knowing if we're ever going to even get 1 Mila while picking up the other focused 5 stars along the way? I don't know. Maybe we get 2 Milas here. Probably not. Pretty improbable. Real possibility. Now that I see Felicia, I just remember... I'm speaking too fast. I remember way back when Felicia first got her with Flying, I wanted to build her to plus 10. I still haven't plus 10 her yet. There's a lot of units I've plus 10 just have never really built at all. Maybe gave them a little bit of fodder, but nothing too extraordinary. We're pretty miserly when it comes to fodder, so... A lot of units don't get built. And even when they get built, they tend to not get built well. For this day and age, building well is technically pretty easy. It's just still expensive. You have to summon for the fodder with orbs. Some particular skills are still only available at 1 or 2 units that only show up 1 time or 2 times a year. Yeah, that's gonna make it moderately difficult for you to build a unit how you want to, but of course, like everything else in this game, if we wait long enough, all of the new skills now will become readily available later. Capital. There are some skills that are still not really available, and this is a Lian. So that's another merge. Nothing really to do with her in terms of fodder. It's not like we need flyer formation prone beast on anyone. I think she also comes with mirror stance or something, so there's that. But we're now officially past 500 orbs and still no Mila. This is going to be the recurring theme of the video, I guess. We have summoned X amount of orbs with some X amount of orbs and still no Mila. Feels bad. I hope we don't have to go to barracks now. It'll be quick, of course, with the combat manuals and whatnot, but kind of absurd that we still have not seen Mila. Oh boy. And in the very distant future, if we ever do get extra copies of Mila, she might get some useful fodder on Remix. Bracing Stance 3 nowadays is it is useful for units that just want to sit around and tank. Gives you guard plus 6 to defensive res when the enemy initiates. Not too bad. Of course, by the time it's outdated, there'll definitely be a much better A slot for tanking, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. And then Sabotage Attack, definitely super outdated. That's about it for Mila's fodder. Feels bad. Mila is on this banner, you know. They just have a 11 focus banner. Okay, she is there. We have her as our lead. I don't know what more what she wants from us. Oh boy, maybe just more orbs. Just trying to, you know, join forces with Duma. Take over third. I have no idea. Duma is bonus for the upcoming Chaos season. Don't really know if he's going to contribute much on defense, but we're going to use him, of course, because we're probably going to lose more lift if we don't use him than if we do, so might as well. And just like that, the hopes and dreams of plus 10 Mila are quickly dwindling, but it is again somehow still feasible, because if we say pull in now, you have 250 orbs to pull, or so to pull the last one, plus whatever we have lying around, which is, well, slightly past average rates, so you would definitely have a reasonable chance of doing it. It's just, I don't even know if she's so possible to summon on this banner, because I haven't seen her yet. Probably should have watched other people's summon videos to see if other people pulled it. This is actually only my second Ophelia ever, so this is fantastic. We finally have Rally Up Attack plus. That's insane. That's insane, actually, to think about. It only took this long for us to get that. And we can also pick up, I don't know, Blazing Light. Not really much fodder on her for this day and age. Oh boy. 10% again? Are we about to get memed yet again by another legendary female violet? We got the smoke. Is it happening? No. Okay. The blue mage still. Kind of worries though. Oh no. The PTSD is already coming back. Getting pity broken. My legendary female violet at 10%. No. Alright, what are we gonna get here? Is it finally Mila? No. Oh no. We've actually been to 10% more times than I would like, which is unfortunate as well, but yeah, I think the recurring story here is not consistently seeing colorless orbs in circles compared to green, and pulling focus 5 stars where we don't want them. That's unfortunate. Another pity break at 10%. Which is keeping our 5-star rates pretty steady, but that's not ideal. Let's put it that way. I think at this point we are just trying to get 1 Mila. And we will still burn all the orbs and whatnot. We'll have to do barracks management at this rate. Yeah. I think we're actually gonna end the episode here before my video recorder automatically splits the video because it's getting way too long. It's almost an hour now. So until next time, thanks for watching. As always, is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you next time where we try to get even 1 Mila. Bye.